What's happening, legends? Back again with another video. Today I want to be discussing procrastination because this is a topic that I wish I had a good video on back when I was starting my personal development journey and business journey. Procrastination is the killer of dreams. Trust me when I say that. You'll waste more time doing stupid shit in your life if you can't master or limit procrastination and master productivity. So today I want to discuss the main techniques that I've used to limit procrastination. It's still an ongoing battle, but I've definitely gotten better at it, and if you use some of these techniques you'll get better at it too. Straight up, I want to discuss the main reasons why people procrastinate, okay? And you're probably going to fall into one of these two categories. So number one is you're just not sure what to do next, okay? So let's use the example of business. If you're new to business and even experienced in business, you may not know what your next move is or the next task is or the next step. So naturally you're going to move to something that you do understand and your mind doesn't have to think about too much, which is what you use to procrastinate, whether that's scrolling through social media, playing PlayStation, whatever it is. Your mind's going to naturally go to that because you're just confused about what your next step is, okay? Most of you are going to fall into that category. The next category is you don't want the goal that you're chasing as much as you think you do, okay? And this is a little bit more controversial because everyone thinks the goals that they're chasing are their own, when in reality that's not always the case, okay? So you need to think about that. You might fall into that category, and that's a little bit harder to fix, and I can go over another video about that, but you're likely going to fall into the first category and you're just not sure about what to do next, okay? I'm going to jump straight into the strategies. I've got 7 here that I use frequently. Number one is the 2-minute rule. Now, James Clear talks about this in his book Atomic Habits, and it's a really, really interesting strategy that I've started to use more recently after reading the book. And I've heard about things like this, but people use, time frames like 20 or 30 minutes, and that didn't work for me. So basically this states that if you're procrastinating, if you can just take 2 minutes or focus on 2 minutes to start the task or the goal or whatever you're procrastinating around, if you just focus on completing 2 minutes of that, you'll find that you'll naturally just complete the rest of it. So let's use exercise for example. Let's say a goal of yours is to exercise a couple of nights a week for 45 minutes. You've gotten home from work on one of the nights you're supposed to be exercising and you are just wrecked and you just can't be bothered exercising. If you just focus on completing the first 2 minutes of that workout, you'll just complete the rest of it. You'll naturally just want to complete the rest of it. You get your body moving, get the blood pumping, you're just going to want to complete the rest of it, okay? It's just about focusing on 2 minutes. Don't focus on the whole thing, just 2 minutes of it, okay? So it's a really powerful one. Number two is micro rewards, and this is good for helping keep your motivation up, and knowing that it's not just going to be a constant battle, a constant revolving cycle of just completing tasks. There are going to be small rewards in the middle of all them. It's really good to help you keep you motivated, keep you driven. Number three is get away from social media. Social media will suck the life out of you. I've discussed this so many times. Unless you're running a business, creating content, learning something, or connecting with people, you do not need the social media channels, okay? Now, obviously, most people do engage in one of those activities, but a lot of the time, you're just scrolling mindlessly through the feed, just wasting your time, okay? You need to be aware of that and learn to limit that as much as you can. Like apps like TikTok, most people aren't creating TikTok videos, they're just wasting their life away scrolling through videos. Yeah, it's entertaining, but it's not helping you achieve your goals. Okay, so be aware of that and limit social media as much as you can. Number four is start your morning with work, because I find that if you start your morning with work rather than meditation, exercise, all that morning routine stuff that a lot of people talk about, if the last half of your day is chaotic and you've got family and kids or whatever, and you just don't have the time to actually do solid work, you just completed it in the morning. So if you get up at 6 o'clock, complete an hour or two of work, You've just basically achieved what you want for yourself. It doesn't really matter how the rest of the day goes. You're gonna, you know, you're gonna have at least some solid work done that day. Number 5 is work in small increments of 20 or 30 minutes, because any longer than that is hard to maintain focus. So really try and limit the amount of like distance you go. Don't sit down for 4 or 5 hours, because you're going to find that you're going to drift off and it's not going to be like really high focus work. 20 or 30 minutes is all you really need. Just pump out 20 minutes, go have a walk for 5 minutes, go have a coffee, come back, pump out another 20 minutes. Okay, that's how you're going to get the most out of your time. And it's also going to help you just to, you know, not be thinking of like, I've got an 8-hour day ahead of me. Okay. Next one, number 6, is break down your tasks into micro steps. So I spoke about that on that point previously, but micro steps are really important. Don't look at the goal or the task as like this huge thing, you know, because it can become overwhelming. Look at it as small steps. Break them down into small tasks. You know, break down a whole task into maybe 10 different smaller tasks that only take 20 or 30 minutes to complete. You're going to get heaps more productivity from that, and it's also going to be, you know, less overwhelming if you're feeling like procrastinating and wasting time. You know, you've just got small tasks to complete. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. And the last one, number 7, is change your environment. You'd be surprised how much of an impact just changing your environment is going to have on your ability to stay focused and, you know, highly motivated, and not fall into lazy patterns like procrastination. If you function better outside, go work outside. Don't stick yourself in an office somewhere, you know, with the lights off. Go, you know, if you go work at the beach, if you find yourself functioning better around the beach and water, go do that. I know sometimes it may not work. It's like you can't take your computer to the beach or whatever, but, you know, try and, as much as you can, understand what environment you work best in and put yourself in that environment as much as you can. Okay, I hope those help you guys. These have all helped me. The ones I use most is the 2-minute rule, and working in small increments of 20 or 30 minutes. Just those two are the ones I maintain a lot. It helps me, you know, stop wasting time, because I used to waste so much time, and you'll be surprised at how fast you grow and how much you can achieve in a small amount of time if you don't procrastinate as much. All right, guys, I'll chat to you soon. Cheers.